Every summer you pay $200 a month, your air conditioner runs non-stop, and you are still sweating in your own living room because your roof keeps hitting 160 degrees and cooking your house from the inside out. My grandfather fixed this during the Great Depression for $7. The roofing industry spent decades making sure you would never find out. Here's what he used, and how to do it yourself. Let me start with a number that should make you angry. The average American family spends over $700 every summer just on cooling, and that is before the cost of the system itself. A new central air conditioner runs between $5,000 and $15,000 to install, then $150 a month to run. Over 10 years, you are looking at up to $30,000 to push heat out of a house that should never have been letting it in. My grandfather never paid any of it. The summer I found his notes in a box in the basement, I did not understand what I was looking at. A hand-drawn diagram, a short list of materials, and a single line. White the roof, cool the house. Then I looked into it. And what I found changed how I think about every utility bill I have ever paid. The first time I tested his method on my own house, I walked into the kitchen on an August afternoon, 91 degrees outside, and stood there waiting for the compressor to kick on. It never did. The house was cool, not air-conditioned cool, something different, something steadier, like the house itself had stopped fighting the heat. I spent 10 minutes walking room to room before I fully understood what I was feeling. That moment broke something open in my head. Everything I had been taught about keeping a house comfortable started falling apart piece by piece. And before we go further, whether you are building new or sitting in a house from 1975, everything I'm about to share applies to you. You do not need to tear anything down. You do not need a contractor. You do not need permission. Here is what the Department of Energy confirmed decades ago. 93% of the heat entering your home through the roof does not come from hot air seeping through cracks. It does not come from warmth conducted through wooden beams. It comes from radiation. Invisible infrared energy beaming down from the sun, absorbed by your dark shingles and pushed straight down into your attic. On a summer afternoon across most of this country, the surface of a dark asphalt roof reaches 160 degrees. Your attic hits 140, sometimes higher. That superheated air presses down through your ceiling insulation, and your air conditioner fights it hour after hour. It was never designed to win that fight. It was designed to keep running. And that is exactly what it does. My grandfather's generation understood something buried under 60 years of marketing. If you change what your roof does with sunlight, you change everything inside your house. My grandfather used hydrated lime, a simple white powder that has been used on buildings for over 3,000 years. You mix it with water, 1 part powder, 2 parts water, consistency of thin milk, and you paint it onto your roof with a roller or a wide brush. It dries bright white, and a bright white surface does something that a dark asphalt surface cannot do. It reflects sunlight instead of absorbing it. And more than that, it radiates the small amount of heat it does absorb directly upward into the sky, into a thermal void that NASA measures at between -50 and -70 degrees Fahrenheit, even on the hottest summer afternoon. Your air conditioner is wrestling with 95-degree outdoor air. A lime-washed roof is radiating heat into something approaching deep space. I tested this on my own house. Attic thermometer in July read 138 degrees. 2 coats of lime over a weekend, fully dried. Checked again, 94 degrees. A 44-degree drop. My air conditioner ran 90 minutes less every day that August. Electricity bill dropped $60. Total material cost, $14. Here is exactly what you need and how to do it. Go to any hardware store and ask for Type S hydrated lime. Masonry grade, not agricultural or garden lime. A 50-pound bag costs between $7 and $14 and covers roughly 200 square feet at 2 coats. For a 1,200 square foot roof, 2 to 3 bags. Total material cost between $14 and $42. Mix 1 part lime powder with 2 parts water until smooth. The consistency of thin milk, not paste. Too thick and it will crack as it dries. Apply with a thick nap roller or wide masonry brush. 1 coat, let it dry a full day, then apply the second. 2 coats is standard. 3 gives better durability in high rainfall areas. No contractor, no permit. 1 weekend afternoon per coat. Now here's the part that should keep you up at night. Think about this for a second. The compound my grandfather used is not new. The Egyptians used it on their temple walls. The Persians built passive cooling systems with white-coated roofs so effective that Napoleon's artists drew detailed illustrations when they arrived in Cairo in 1798. In 1973, researchers at Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory tested 2 identical flat roofs side by side. 1 dark, 1 coated with powdered limestone. The coated roof dropped 40 degrees at the surface. Interior temperature fell 8 degrees. No electricity, no moving parts, just physics and a white surface. So, why is your roof dark? There is an organization called the Asphalt Roofing Manufacturers Association. Their members make the dark shingles sitting on your roof right now. And in state after state, they have actively lobbied against ordinances that would require or encourage reflective roofing. This is not speculation. This is on the public record. In March of 2025 in Tennessee, a lobbyist working with the roofing industry convinced a state representative to strip the reflective roofing requirement from a commercial building energy code. Critics called it dangerous and deceptive. Tennessee, one of the hottest states east of the Mississippi, now has weaker roof standards than it did the year before, because someone who sells dark shingles asked a politician for a favor. In Baltimore in 2022, the same industry lobbied against a cool roof ordinance, arguing that dark roofs were more efficient for northern climates. Multiple independent studies showed that claim was wrong. Baltimore passed the ordinance anyway. Most cities never even try. The industry spread the claim that white roofs cause condensation and mold growth. Target tested white roof coatings on more than 24 stores. The mold problem never materialized. It was a talking point designed to create doubt, not a fact supported by evidence. The global HVAC market generates $130 billion every year. Hydrated lime is a natural mineral. You cannot patent it. You cannot trademark it. A 50-pound bag costs $7 at any hardware store in America. Their entire business model depends on your roof staying dark and your air conditioner staying on. There is one more layer to this that my grandfather could not have known about, but that makes his solution even more effective than he realized. In 1959, NASA developed thin, metallized foil sheets to protect spacecraft from temperature swings of 500 degrees in orbit. By the 1970s, researchers at the Department of Energy started asking what this same material would do inside a residential attic. The results were undeniable. A sheet of reflective foil stapled to the underside of your roof rafters, what they called a radiant barrier, intercepted the infrared radiation before it could heat the attic air. Test homes showed attic temperatures dropping 30 degrees. Air conditioner runtime fell between 40 and 70%. A homeowner in Phoenix installed radiant barrier foil and watched his attic drop from 138 to 104 degrees. AC runtime went from 4.5 hours a day to 1.8. July electricity bill dropped $87. Total material cost, $54. In 1991, this technology was quietly removed from the major residential construction reference manuals in the United States. Not banned, not disproven, simply omitted from the next edition. Contractors trained after 1991 never learned it existed. An entire generation of builders grew up without it. And the insulation and HVAC industries kept selling their products to fill a problem that a $54 roll of foil had already solved. You can still buy it. Search for attic foil, low E foil, or perforated radiant barrier foil at any home improvement store. A 500 square foot roll costs between $30 and $60. You staple it to the underside of your roof rafters with the shiny side facing down toward the attic floor. One person can do an average attic in 3 to 4 hours with nothing more than a staple gun and a utility knife. Combined with lime wash on the exterior, you have a dual system that addresses nearly 100% of the radiant heat entering your home. Total cost for both treatments somewhere around $70 to $90. Total time 1 weekend. Total electricity consumed 0. I spent years paying utility companies to solve a problem that a $7 bag of powder and a $60 roll of foil handled between them. Nobody told me. Not my builder, not my home inspector, not the contractor who sold me my last HVAC system for $12,000 and shook my hand like he had just done me the biggest favor of my life. My grandfather told me. Or rather, he showed me through a hand-drawn diagram in a box in a basement, written during the worst economic crisis in American history by a man who could not afford to be wrong. The lime is still at the hardware store. The foil is still on the shelf. The physics has not changed. The only thing that was ever missing was someone willing to tell you it was there. If this changed how you think about your roof and your utility bill, leave your attic temperature in the comments right now. Tell me your state and what your thermometer reads in July. I want to see how hot it really gets across this country, state by state. And if you have already tried this, tell us what happened before and after. Your experience will help somebody else stop paying a bill they do not owe. Hit subscribe. Next week, I am going to show you what my grandfather did with his water supply that eliminated one of the most expensive appliances in his house, and the exposed internal document from 1987 that proves the manufacturer knew about the alternative all along.